Mr. Speaker, I rise in opposition to House Bill 153. And to help illustrate my opposition, I would like to delineate the top 10 reasons to oppose reducing the size of the General Assembly. Top 10 reasons. Number 10, there is nothing magic about the numbers 151 and 38. Granted, there's nothing magic about the numbers 203 and 50 either. In fact, 253 was a mapping mistake. But why not 175 and 45, or 101 and 21, or for that matter, 7 and 3? But Mr. Speaker, 203 and 50 is what we've had for years, and there is no compelling reason to change it. Number 9, reducing the size of the General Assembly will enable future legislative leaders who wish to strong-arm rank-and-file members into going along to get along. We're fortunate that such tactics have subsided in the last decade, but nothing prevents them from returning. House Bill 153 ensures that if strong-arm tactics ever return to this building, they will do so with a vengeance. Number 8, House Bill 153 will make it more difficult for rural citizens to meet with their representatives. I've heard supporters of this bill tout telephone calls, email, and Facebook contact among their reasons for supporting this legislation. But we all know there is no substitute for a face-to-face meeting with a constituent. Urban citizens will not suffer this consequence. Pennsylvania's rural population and its viewpoints on public policy should not be disadvantaged in this manner. Number 7, making the General Assembly more efficient and manageable, as I've heard claimed, is not necessarily a good thing. The most notable examples of things which have gotten done efficiently in this building over the years, massive pension grabs, last-minute gut-and-run gaming bills, and midnight pay raises, are not shining examples of laudable legislative goals. Number 6, smaller counties will lose their voice in Harrisburg. While larger counties would maintain multiple members of this body, many of Pennsylvania's smaller counties will be relegated to having only one or less than one voice in this hall. Number 5, reducing the size of the General Assembly will empower special interests and lobbyists, not regular citizens. With 25% fewer members, special interests and lobbyists would enjoy a 25% discount on the efforts they take to sway this building. Reason number 4, this legislation is essentially an incumbent protection plan. We already know how difficult it is for a regular citizen to challenge a sitting incumbent legislator. If this constitutional amendment is approved, the cost of mounting a challenge to an incumbent legislator will increase by 25%, and Pennsylvania will have fewer citizen legislators and more career politicians. Number 3, this is not real reform. House Bill 153 is a measure that looks good at first blush, but its beauty pales the longer you look at it. We don't operate in a vacuum here. Reducing the size of the General Assembly, absent other changes to how this institution operates, only paves the way for negative unintended consequences. Reason number 2, reducing the size of the General Assembly does not guarantee reduced spending. Remaining members will likely seek to establish additional district offices, hire additional staff, and spend more money on constituent outreach, negating any savings realized by eliminating 64 legislators. And the number 1 reason to not vote to reduce the size of the General Assembly, Mr. Speaker, is because House Bill 153 does not promise better government. It does not ensure individual liberty or equality, and it does not secure superior policies or fairer laws. These objectives, above all else, should always be our top priorities. Mr. Speaker, I cut my political teeth a dozen or so years ago standing outside this building, shaking my fist and complaining about the General Assembly. I didn't believe then that all by itself, reducing the size of the General Assembly was a good idea, and I certainly don't believe it now. Perhaps changing the number of legislators here in Harrisburg could be part of a more comprehensive government reform package or a constitutional convention where citizens can address other related issues, ideas that I wholeheartedly support. But that's not what we have before us. Mr. Speaker, colleagues, I urge a no vote on House Bill 153. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.